Hello, thanks for joining me for this brief presentation on GDM's third quarter of the financial year 24. Exploration Industries is coming out of the off season. Some might say awakening, a bit like a bear coming out of hibernation, but at GDM we've been as busy as. Why an off season? Well, it's simple, climactic, the wet season. You can't get around, vehicles become bogged, and this year we all know Australia's experienced a particularly wet season. So which is good for farmers, good for the water catchments and things, but not so good for miners and explorers. Expenditure control during the off-season is a pretty significant focus for us. We just got to mind the money and focus on the things we can do, like desktop studies, doing as much planning and those sorts of things as we can. And as soon as the weather dries up, we'll be back out on the ground again. So some key highlights for this quarter. We've had some significant gold assays return from Yellowjack. This is the last of those analyses from the drilling we completed late last year. The work is continuing on confirming commercial viability at Yellowjack as well. Lithium rare earths the potential for those were identified at the Cape project from sampling done late last year as well. That was pretty good. And as I said before, we've been pretty pleased that we've been able to focus on cost control, exploration planning, and we're ready to rock and roll as soon as the place dries up a bit. The bit more detail on Yellowjack. As I said, the last of those drill hole analysis numbers came back from the recent drilling. They show that the mineralisation is still open at depth and along strike, and it also shows that the historical drilling is valid, which is pretty important for us. The off-site work we did over the wet season was geological. We did some reanalysis, resampling and reanalysing some of those important sections, and done some sampling for metallurgical test work, which is just about to start, the med testing. This all is also fed into the mine optimisation studies that we're doing, and key to all of that mine optimisation is finding the right process path for the Yellowjack ore, so we're working on that too. At Cape, mentioned before, we have found that what we call pegmatites and grisons, they're two different rock types, are fertile for lithium rare earths. That means that they have the potential to host them when they haven't been weathered. So we've got to go back out there and have a look at that. Our focus is still on gold and base metals in New Goldfield, but it gives us another vector to look at. And we've also obviously finished our planning for the work we intend to do at Devil's Mountain and Cunambula. So we're all ready to rock and roll as soon as that wet season finishes, which in some parts it's still raining, which is a bit awkward. Anyway, thanks for your time, and as always, if you need any further information, please reach out.